Hello everyone, my name is Bo Alexander and I'm so glad that you're here. As most of you know by now, I absolutely love to scroll through Facebook Marketplace. I could literally be on there for hours searching through all of the endless posts, hunting out the finds I feel are worth bringing home. Now you may be wondering what more I could possibly need to buy, and the truthful answer, honestly, is nothing. Not a single thing. But I found these solid marble lamps at a steal of a price and I couldn't resist. Now I definitely don't need another set of lamps in my apartment, but I've learned over the years that when I find something I like, I better jump on it because by the time I wait over, it's sure to be gone. So stick around to see how I gave each lamp a mini upcycle to fit within the confines of my home decor aesthetic. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe down below, leave me a comment, chat with me, and give this video a thumbs up to let me know that you're enjoying this type of content. And be sure to follow me over on Instagram at Botox Now. That's where you guys will find more of my day-to-day posts and inspiration. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright you guys, so I'm on my way to go pick up these beautiful solid marble lamps. I'm in the sticks about an hour outside of the city, but I just thought I'd bring you all along to see the process. This was the listing here, so you can see quickly what we're about to scoop up together on this outing. The seller was kind enough to leave them outside on her porch for me for contactless pickup. And let me tell you all how incredibly stunning they were in person. The photos definitely did not do them justice. Back at home, you can see the veining throughout. The stone bases of these lamps have quite an array of colors in them, predominantly black, whites, grays, and beige, which is perfect as it ties in each color I incorporate throughout my apartment. Now the listing said these were solid stone and quite heavy, but I had no idea just how serious the seller was. They are massive, you guys, and literally weigh over 50 pounds each. Jumping into the upcycle portion of this video, I have to be honest and say I'm not a fan of this antique brass finish on the hardware. I could have easily replaced the harp and lock, but I just thought it would be more effective to do what I do best and spray paint them in a matte black finish. To start, I removed both the lock and the harp from each lamp and made sure to give them a good cleaning to remove any oils, stickers, and built-up residue on the insulation sleeve. Next, I taped off the neck and lock nut with painter's tape so I could be sure to leave a clean line and minimize any paint from seeping through onto the marble base. I really made sure to take my time here. I felt that a dead giveaway to a DIY or an upcycle is rushed or sloppy work, so always be sure to give your fullest attention to the prep work to make for a seamlessly finished product. Taking extra precautions, I did wrap each base with newspaper to reduce any overspray. And for good measure, I draped a plastic bag over the entirety of the base and cord as added protection. I unscrewed each switch from the socket, set them aside in a safe place, and was ready to paint. I get so many questions about the spray paint that I use for my upcycles, and the answer is Rustoleum 2x Ultra Cover Spray Paint and Primer. This is my go-to in flat black and it can be used on just about any surface. A rule of thumb when spray painting, always spray in quick second-long spritzes. The goal is to build up even coverage in layers. If too much paint is added all at once, you risk a splotchy finish, bubbling and cracking, as well as paint drips, so again, take your time and be thorough. Once the paint has had time to dry sufficiently, I like to go back in with a matte clear coat. Here I've used the same 2x coverage by Rustoleum to add a protective seal to the black layer beneath and give it a more finished appearance overall. I let the lamps completely dry overnight before reassembling and removing the painter's tape. For me personally, this is one of the most satisfying experiences when using painter's tape for any sort of DIY. I love to see the clean edge revealed, and in this particular instance it was perfect. There was no need to go back and touch up a thing. And to finish, I screwed the switches back into the socket before adding a shade. Alright you guys, so I actually have the finished lamp here with me. I'm not even going to exaggerate. The listing that the woman had posted on Facebook Marketplace said that these were solid stone and that they were extremely heavy. Now, I didn't think they were going to be as heavy as they truly are. I mean, when I carry this thing, guys, it's probably, I would say at least 50 pounds. At the very least. I mean, this thing is literally massive. I initially had planned on placing the set behind me and swapping out these glass crystal lamps that I have just on occasion to refresh my space, but there is no way that the table that I have behind my sofa will support the weight of these lamps. It will crush the glass, and I definitely think I'm gonna have to find another place for these, but that's just the reality of the situation. Not every time I buy something does it go as planned, especially when it's on Facebook Marketplace, because there's no way for me to return them, but I absolutely love what I found, and I'm so excited that I had the opportunity to sort of give these a mini revamp to fit into my space. So many of you guys are probably wondering, Bo, why did you even waste your time spray painting that lamp? You won't even be able to see that part once the shade is on it. But the truth is, I'm super detail oriented, and depending on your vantage point, you're absolutely going to see at least the bottom portion and this little knob that actually keeps the shade in place. So these things, you can actually buy these on, I believe you can buy them like on Amazon or actually anywhere online and get them in whatever color you want, be it silver. I painted them black purely because I thought it would look best with the actual lamp itself, and it would kind of just blend in and not really be a focal point. However, I did get two beautiful shades, and we're gonna jump right into that as well, because that too did not go as simple as I had initially planned it to. But before we get into that, I do want to just say that I saw these online. I was just scrolling through Facebook Marketplace one night, and the listing initially said $40. One thing to keep in mind, you guys, when you're shopping on Facebook Marketplace, sometimes people will post a listing with a deceiving price point. So in this instance, it wasn't exactly deceiving because I, just having the experience of shopping on Facebook Marketplace, already had the notion that they were going to be $40 each and not $40 for the set. That being said, I did get clarification later on from the woman who I purchased them from once I actually had placed the bid and decided that I was going to buy them. She let me know that it was $40 per lamp because they were initially, I think she said around $300 when she bought them, and not $40 for the set. So had it been $40 for the set, I would have been a lot happier, but at $80 for both, that was still a steal of a price because they are so substantial. And like I said, it's definitely something that's a little bit timeless, a little bit edgy, and will add so much character to whichever space I decide to ultimately put them in. I do want to say that if and when you guys decide to make a purchase on Facebook Marketplace, there's always a few things to keep in mind. Most importantly, always be safe. Let someone know where you're at just in case something were to happen. You never know nowadays. And personally, if I had somebody with me at all times, like a friend or a significant other, I would definitely recommend that you bring someone along with you. If not, I happen to always share my location with a friend or a family member close by. That way, someone knows where I'm at all times, and we mitigate any sort of risk factor involved. Now, tip number 2, I always like to tell people this because I'm not sure that everybody knows exactly how to use Facebook Marketplace, or if you're unfamiliar with how to use it. It's kind of like a keyword-based search, so always be sure when you're looking for something. For instance, I'm on the hunt for a bar cart. I haven't been able to find one in quite some time, but when I'm searching bar cart on Facebook Marketplace, I like to look up the terms bar cart. I like to look up the terms trolley. Sometimes I like to just search the generic term cart, because there are so many different ways to ultimately find what you're looking for. It's just dependent upon what the actual listing is listed under, the actual keyword. And also, with that being said, tip number 3, I would definitely recommend that you put a notification on those terms. You know, you hit a little bell similar to what you would do with this video, and it will let you know, or actually notify you, when new pieces under those search terms or those keywords that you're looking for will appear in your local area or the proximity that you've set your actual searches to on Facebook Marketplace. So that will definitely keep you in the loop of all the new items that continue to sort of circulate. And my biggest rule number 4 would be that you have to be diligent. You have to continue looking on this throughout the day because pieces tend to go so quickly. Like with these lamps, for instance, I had messaged the woman who had these listed, and at the point that I had messaged her, I think there was like 4 or 5 other people who had messaged her as well. And she ultimately decided to move forward with me, which was great. But that's not always the case. I've definitely been too late on multiple occasions, and I always feel so upset like I missed out on such a good piece purely because I didn't act fast enough. So be diligent. Like I said, be sure to check throughout the day whenever you have free time, especially if you're looking for something in particular. Now, I have to tell you guys, I did find these big, beautiful lampshades, and I'm going to show you one here. So I found, this is like massive. So I found this big, beautiful lampshade. It's by the brand Grand View and Gallery. It's an 18-inch drum lampshade in like an optic white. Now, I only paid $17 for this lampshade, you guys, which is absolutely unheard of. I tend to look for lampshades online all the time. The 2 that I bought behind me I actually got online from Lamps Plus, and I think they were like $50 for the set. I'm not mistaken, $50 or $60 for the set. This lampshade, which is like twice the size, was $17. I got it at HomeGoods. Now, a little bit of a story about this though. You guys need to always be sure to buy lampshades in pairs because it has been next to impossible for me to actually find a second drum shade like this. I've gone to, I think it's been like 2 different HomeSense locations and about 5 different HomeGoods locations in my area to no avail. But here's where the story gets a little bit interesting. So I actually went out to HomeSense one day after having purchased this lampshade, thinking I was going to be so smart, and I happened to see another lampshade that was in the same size because I had the measurements. I already knew that it was an 18-inch drum and it was about 10 inches in height. So I got one of those little measuring tapes that they have around the HomeSense, and I measured this drum shade. It was just sitting underneath one of the tables underneath the lamps, and that's kind of how the drum shades are typically sold if they don't belong with the lamp. They're just kind of scattered throughout. So I found one and I measured it as I said, and it was the same exact measurements and it was white. So I thought, perfect, I'm gonna get that one. This one happened to be, I wanna say it was a little bit more. I wanna say like $19, so just a few dollars more, and you guys, I thought I hit the jackpot. I thought, perfect, this is the absolute match. In my mind, I definitely thought it was the same lampshade, and I was proven wrong because look what I did, you guys. You can't really tell. You can in person, but this lampshade, which I got after this lampshade, is a bit more of an off-white. It's a little bit off-white, and it is about half an inch too large. So it wasn't an exact match. I was so upset because now I have to figure out what I'm going to do with that lampshade. I mean, I could ultimately just take it back, but I'm in this dilemma where do I hold on to it in hopes of finding one or the other? I'm not really sure, and quite frankly, I prefer this one because I do like the optic white, and I do like that it's just a little bit more narrow. So like I said, it's a Grand View and Gallery. It's an 18 by 18 by 10 inch drum shade. So if any of you happen to see one out there, let me know because I have been on the hunt like a madman trying to find this lampshade so I can get these lamps set up and running. Now I do actually think that I'm going to place these lamps in my bedroom on either side of my bed on my nightstands just to switch things out from time to time and freshen up the space. I mean, I absolutely love what I have going on in there, and I hope to show you guys a full bedroom tour soon, but I thought for now this would be a great addition, and regardless of where I end up placing them, I know that they're going to fit in with my home decor aesthetic and just really elevate any space. Like the woman that I purchased them from said, they were around $300+ when she bought them. How true is that? I'm not really sure, but I know for a fact that I had the opportunity to sort of Google similar styles and find similar lamps that, or at least the base of the lamp that was in a similar silhouette or made of a similar material. And they are, you guys, they're crazy expensive. I mean, I found lamps that were pure marble that were upwards of $1,000, upwards of $1,500. And these, I'm telling you, are probably half of my body weight. So definitely be diligent when you're looking for Facebook Marketplace finds, and know that there is, just like with thrifting, so many incredible pieces worth having on the secondhand market if you just put in a little bit of time, effort, and you have a keen eye for the types of pieces that you would like to incorporate into your home. So that is it for this week's video, my friends. Be sure to leave me a comment below and hit the thumbs up button to let me know that you enjoyed this video. If you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel and accompany me on this home decor journey. Follow me over on Instagram at BoTalksNow for more day-to-day posts and inspiration, and hit that little bell so that you won't miss an upcoming video. I'll see you in the new year, my friends. Until next time, bye!